Hello, welcome to the Matchbook Horse Racing Podcast. It is Friday. We're looking ahead, a quick fire preview of Friday's Ascot card, in particular one race, a good betting race, and also a look ahead to some of the evening action from around the tracks as well. York might take centre stage for us this evening. Don't forget, off the back of this, we'll have our proper Matchbook Horse Racing Podcast looking at a cracking King George, a superb Ascot card, and perhaps some bets elsewhere as well. You will see that I'm pleased to be joined by Sam Turner, and also by Ireland's biggest cricket fan. You can't see that on the screen, but Deasy has changed his name to that because of Ireland's unbelievable success in the cricket, and they're probably still going to lose, Deas.
Yeah, I'd say England is definitely the value. A nation holds its breath now today for this. I think we're all going to finish up early, take lunch at 1 o'clock and probably never come back. And it's a great start to the weekend, hopefully, beating England in cricket.
Listen to Deasy talk
this
about
will be our second big defeat of England in cricket. Actually, we beat you in a one-day test a few years ago, as well, as you may remember. Kevin O'Brien smashed them out of the ground. Fantastic.
Should we leave it there?
Yeah, that's it. I'm happy with that. Thanks very much.
Thanks for joining us. Right, let's talk racing. We're going to get stuck into the 4:45 at Ascot. I think we all agree that's probably the best betting race on the card today. It's a 5 furlong sprint, nice big field, 14 go forward for that. Dees, what are the odds at the moment? Arecibo head the betting?
Arecibo has been backed into favouritism. No, he's in there at 6.8. Mountain Peak is the second favourite at 7.2. Then you have the likes of Dashas is 9.2. The Cruising Lord is in there. Ornate is at 10.5. The Cruising Lord is in at 11.0. Then you have Kick On is 13.5. Encore Door is 14.5.
Sam Turner, over to you. I thought that Jamie Spencer as a booking for Arecibo was very interesting. And before we had prices, when I was looking at this very early yesterday, I thought, I could make that horse a bet off the back of last time, dropped to a stiff 5. But all of a sudden now at the top of the betting, I'm thinking I'm looking elsewhere. What about you?
Well, I'm glad you left me out of the cricket chat anyway. That's for a start. Arecibo, he just didn't quite get the run of the race at Ripon, did he? Bossy Pop sort of bossed it really from the near side rail, got away, dominated, and came off the back of that good Chester run. So I don't think Arecibo lost a lot in defeat there. To be honest, he was trying to run against a pretty sizable race bias. Previous to that, at Ayr, he managed to beat Haroom, who I quite fancied that day. I thought he was a certainty, if I'm honest. And Arecibo travelled up nicely and went by him like he was stood still for a cosy win. So he's very much a leading player here. He should get a good draft into the race as well. There's a bit of pace in and around him with Ornate over on that far side. So, he's certainly one I'd be fearful of.
Just on that, on the pace, I mean, I always like looking for a hold-up type, a strong travelling hold-up type who's drawn in and around plenty of pace. There's quite a lot of pace on here. I'm looking for something that is just that type, something that's going to be switched off, a strong travelling sort that hopefully wants this stiff 5 and can be produced late. Is that how you're looking at it shaping up?
Yeah, well, you've got Haroom will be 13, I suppose. So, more to the stand side, a horse that likes to get on with it. He's certainly keen and fresh at the moment. And, off that back of that run at Ascot last time, you'd think he'd go forward. I thought the absolute most brazen speed was probably low with Ornate in 3. And that's why I fancy Dashus a little bit. Hopefully he'll get a good toe into the race. He's in form. He likes the track. And he copes very well with very fast ground, as we saw at Windsor in the week. So that was my thinking, that Ornate would use that brazen speed and his ability from the gates to jump quickly and just run and set it up for those drawn low.
That is Dashus, who's a previous course winner. Martin Dwyer replaces the claim that was on board last time. 10.0 Dees, is that right?
I'll just double check that again there now. He is 9.2 at the moment.
Alrighty, that's fair news. You happy with that, Sam? Dashus for you?
Yeah, he'll soon be drifting once this goes live. So don't worry about that. Yeah, and obviously Tom Morley's horses, the owner, I mean, obviously he has no bearing really on how his horses run other than perhaps having a little bit of an input into where they race. But they've been in a rich vein of form the last month or 6 weeks. Obviously Stuart Williams doing well with them, Robert Cowell, and he's enjoyed a grand bit of success in these colours, and also his mum's colours, certainly in sprints as well, the likes of Yarmouth and Windsor, picking up some nice prize money. So hopefully Dashus can go well for him today.
Yeah, Dashus and Royal Birth have run into each other a couple of times in those sort of colours as well. I have got a fairly strong fancy for Kick On here, who's a horse that likes to go fresh, got a really good record fresh. Ran well at Newbury off the back of an absence a few starts ago, right at the start of the year, when I think a sterner test would have suited on that occasion. He's pretty versatile ground-wise. That was soft ground. He's won on quick ground. So whatever the weather does today, I think it's still going to be quick ground today. Keep an eye on tomorrow because there's bundles of rain forecast. But a stiff 5 suits. Goodwood last time, I mean, he was very badly hampered, but he was beaten at that stage. But again, I like the fresh angle coming in here off the back of 83 days off. He's back to a mark of 93. I think he's fairly well drawn right in the middle of them to get plenty of cover. If anything, I'd like, just like Sam, if I could pick, I'd probably be a little bit lower, but it's not going to make too big a difference, I don't think. Back to £3 above his last win. And that yard are flying along. They're going really well at the moment. So kick on for me at double figures. Dease, what about you?
I'm going for another yard who's in great form, Mountain Peak, Ed Walker's horse. He's drawn next to Sam's horse Dashes in stall 5. I thought he won the last race at Newmarket today, the Falmouth Stakes. Won very well, one going away. And again, Ed Walker's horses are absolutely flying at the moment. I think he's up £6 out today, but I think there's still a bit of improvement in him. He's won off 88 before. He has a bit of course and distance for him. And there's been money for him as well. He's been backed in overnight. So I'm going to go for Mountain Peak.
Just so you know, we didn't all set out when we came to do this preview to preview this race in particular. But talking beforehand, we set out to find a horse on the day we fancied, and we've all come down on the same race with 3 different horses. God hopes one of us finds the winner.
Might get the TriCast.
Mountain Peak for Dease, Dashes for Sam, and I think Kick On will go very well. We'll come to some best bets. Just on York this evening, I've got a play at York. Sam, there's a race you wanted to mention at York as well this evening.
Well, I think the first race is pretty interesting, Tom. It's the latest in the Silk Series race. Megan Nichols has obviously won this series a couple of years running, and she's on the favourite here in Chance. And I think it could turn out to be a bit of a battle of the 3-year-olds, and certainly the 3-year-olds are in form with the likes of Chance, Moftris, who ran really well at Windsor last time and has the cheek pieces on for the first time tonight, and Potenza. Hopefully there's a potential for a good gallop and a good burn up here, because Chance can just be a little bit keen in his early stages of his races, but he's progressing quite nicely. And I know this has been the plan for a while, so fingers crossed Chance and Megan Nichols can land the opener.
That's in the 6 o'clock at York tonight. Good luck to Megan Nichols going there for Chance, who ran about the 3.0 mark for Chance. So fingers crossed, and he gets the job done. I wanted to mention at York tonight, just a horse that's been in my tracker for a while, really ever since Goodwood a few starts ago, where he raced on the wrong part of the track and was very short of room. Again, for Ed Walker, a yard in form, as Dease mentions. Runs in the 6:30 tonight, dropping dramatically in grade, back into a 0 to 80 for the first time in a few starts. I think it was a 0 to 95 last time. So back down in grade, back at 6 furlongs, which is key. I think drawn 7's okay because he wants a bit of cover. I'm not certain, to be completely truthful, that this is going to be his track. I think perhaps a slightly stiffer track might suit, but at the sort of price Iconic Night is, dropping back in grade, he's a very healthy double figures. I was surprised to see him that big. I backed him a few times, but I'm not going to give up just yet with the yard really in form, and I think it could set up to suit down in grade. So Iconic Night for me. I'm hoping there's some 17.0 shaping about. Dease, perhaps you can confirm that. And what else did you want to talk about?
Iconic Night is in there at 16.0, Tom, so close enough.
Well, you've ripped me of a point, but that's all right.
Yeah, stick in an offer, you might get match at 17.0, you wouldn't know. But no. My best bet is at York as well. It's Frankelina in the 7:30 race. She's dropping in grade and dropping in distance today. Now she's back down to 1 mile 2 at York, where she had her best run of the season, the Musidora. I think everyone remember that. She fell out of the stalls and still almost gave up a couple of lengths at the start of the race and almost got up to win. She's down. She's after being back now overnight. She is into 3.5. She was actually, I think, 4.5 last night, which I thought was a crazy price. The favourite is fairly strong in the market as well. Encapsulation. This is her second run for Andrew Ball. I know she came over from Ireland from Noel Mead and had a nice bit of form, finishing second to Pink Dogwood. But I think Frankelina has conditions in her favour today, and I think she could be a very good horse. So I think at 3.5, she's a lovely bet.
Let's tie up our best bets then for Friday's action. I'll kick straight off with Iconic Night at York, who runs in the 6:30 for a yard in form and dropping dramatically in grade. Not one to give up on just yet, and chunky double figures around for Iconic Night. Sam Turner, your best bet?
Yeah, I'll stay with Dashes. I think in the 4:45 at Ascot, fair win and place bet for me. Handles the track well, handles fast ground well, comes here in good heart. So place alongside him as well.
Dashes for you. And Deasy, you going with Francolina?
Francolina in the 7:30 at York, yeah. Get your Friday night off to a good start.
Simple as that. Bolster that bank balance for a good few plays on Saturday afternoon, which is what, don't forget, we're going to be having a look at in our Matchbook Horse Racing preview, looking ahead to King George Day at Ascot and also the International Handicap as well, and a few plays elsewhere. That is coming up off the back of this Friday preview. For now, from us, bye-bye.